welcome to Media Sandwich. This week, I think we just talked about Claude Van Damme. What's his acronym? JDVD. I think I even saw that there was a movie just called that, and I don't want to watch it. There was a lot of the movies I don't want to watch. But yeah, I'm here with my boy Richie,
taking my way to the top,
and Smallsy.
Yo, thanks for the beverage. It's delicious.
And my dog Fio, which you'll probably hear her jingle jangling right now. She's looking at Rich like he's gonna give her a treat or something, and I just said the word.
It's the steak in my pocket.
So, Smallsy, what you watched this week?
Oh man, I've been watching a whole lot of Van Damme, Master of Muay Thai, sensational full splitter. I watched what we watched. I watched Kickboxer. That was a good one, and I only picked that one out too because I remember watching it as a kid. It was just randomly on. I feel like in the background, and say, what, John Claude, I'll rewatch it. It was kind of slow. Don't get me wrong. I mean, it was a lot of build up, like 2 hours, 2 hours 15 minutes of just John Claude Van Damme training. And
there's really only one main fight.
There's
in that one.
Yeah,
I mean, there's like one street brawl, one or two beatdowns.
Yeah,
and then the one fight at the end. I
liked all the characters in it though, and it's just John Claude just being uber athletic. I mean, that was a point in time where I just felt like you didn't have to act really. You didn't have to be good at acting. You just had to be like jacked, and you're able to do like full splits and jump kicks. That's all that matters. That was the criteria for being an action star back in those days. I think he did great. I know we brought him up. I want to say the last pod we did.
Yeah.
About who's a better actor, him or Stallone? Obviously, it was Stallone. I thought he did a good job of this one, man. He had more lines than usual. Basically, he's coaching his. I don't think he's coaching his brother, right? He's like a ringside guy for his brother, who's a kickboxer, right? And he's beating everyone in wherever town they're at, L.A., San Francisco, wherever they're at. Beats everyone out in that way, and he's like, yeah, all the real fighters are in Thailand. Goes to Thailand, gets completely obliterated by the final boss, Tong Pao. I pronounce it.
So a lot of the movies I've been watching with him, I feel like this is what we can call the Jean-Claude Van Damme plot, which is, he has a friend or a person, and somehow that person is supposed to fight, but that he ends up fighting in a secret tournament. That explains at least 4 of the movies I watched.
It's so funny too. When I watched Kickboxer, right after I watched Bloodsport, I was like, "Is this the same movie?"
And I just watched The Quest last night. Kickboxer, Bloodsport, The Quest, all very similar. Even Lionheart is similar, except for that there's a little bit more of a plot to it.
Okay.
Even Bloodsport, I thought, was just a ripoff of that game Street Fighter. I'm like, just a bunch of
which he was in Street Fighter as well.
Which segues my next thing. I also watched Street Fighter. God, this has been. I've never not enjoyed watching movies until this week, guys. Getting through all these Van Damme movies has literally been the hardest week of my life. It's the only time I've actually had to turn the subtitles on to all the movies I watch, which I found out, shout out YouTube TV, because I literally can change the font of the subtitles to cursive or colors and stuff too, depending on what it is. I found that out the other day.
I'm starting to realize something. Am I the only one that enjoyed this weekend watching Van Damme movies?
I slowly paced this out over... I slowly paced this out over the course of 3 weeks, when we first brought it up, so maybe 4 weeks.
I remember it as a kid, Van Damme was this huge. He's always on people always made reference, you check out the new Van Damme flick, and I remember watching him as a kid, and these movies were great. And now I'm watching it, I'm like, I can't even understand what he's saying. Besides his hair that looks nice, it's the only positive thing I can honestly say about most of the movies I watched.
I remembered really liking The Quest as a kid, and there being a lot of trailers for Double Impact, and me never having any interest in watching a martial artist with someone actually firing a gun.
So did you enjoy watching these movies?
Some of them I didn't. Some of them were I really liked The Quest. The Quest was good. Well, no, it wasn't good. None of these movies were good. None of them were great.
Which is
I enjoyed watching the mindlessness of it.
That's what it is. It's just entertainment, mindless entertainment, bro. And I didn't see a bad one. We saw Time Cop too, right? I mean,
but Time Cop, I didn't even understand half the plot because you couldn't understand him. Like, I'm like, all right, so it's time travel. It's already like convoluted enough, and now I got this guy I can't understand. All I understand was Melissa.
Who can you understand better, Schwarzenegger or Jean-Claude Van Damme?
Schwarzenegger. I think they really did it right with like Conan, where they just like cut all of his lines and like just let him like just look huge.
Yeah,
because like I enjoyed out of all of them, and it was the highest IMDb of all the movies that I watched was 6.9 was Bloodsport. 6. But even there, it seemed like the writing on there was like written by like a 12-year-old.
Yeah, and
it's like, you're next.
And with Schwarzenegger, they never really like had to explain why he talked the way he talked in the movies. Every one that I watched, it was like, well, he was born in France or he was from Belgium, but he's in America now.
That's the plot of Kickboxer. Him and his brother's American.
Was raised in America, and then he was raised in France.
In Belgium, yeah.
Oh, I also watched never mind, no, I didn't.
And then I wanted to bring, to your point too, where like, I remember watching Kickboxer as a kid just randomly, so that's why I picked that one, because it's more nostalgic to me, right? I thought it was okay for, a movie that came out in '89.
Yeah.
Claude Van Damme was mumbling his way through his lines and doing jump kicks. I had a good time.
I liked Lionheart, kind of, because he was a Legionnaire in the beginning, and that kind of explained why he could fight and stuff like that. And he actually did do a movie called Legionnaire, which I not watch. I'm not trying to watch it. I probably watch it at some point, but I kind of like that is another way to explain his accent. Basically French Foreign Legion, if you're unfamiliar with Legionnaire.
I'm not.
Okay. France is one of the countries that has a volunteer service. In fact, you might get a kick out of like a lot of the World War II, a lot and during very racial times in America, a lot of black community wanted to go to France and go to other places, so they would actually join the French Foreign Legion and serve in that.
Oh, okay.
There's some really cool stories out of that. Not saying everything. Not saying everything's great, dandy, whatever. I'm just explaining history.
Did they just throw like darts at a map? Like, why didn't they choose France out of all places?
Because they have the French Foreign Legion.
Oh, and it was easier to get in at that point. Well,
yeah.
But...
You're treated. Everyone's equally treated like shit because you're a foreigner.
Fantastic. We get croissants,
Well, you're most likely going to Africa, North Africa, or
they had a lot of
Egypt. You are traveling the world. Fighting for another country.
And so you're saying Van Damme was a part of that Legion?
In most of his movies, that's how they explain what he did.
Gotcha.
And why he has an accent, like he's from one country and he served. That was the military service in that. Although, it wasn't Kickboxer. It was Bloodsport. He was actually part of the U.S. military.
Yes, sir. Yep.
Which was absolutely ridiculous. That whole subplot was dumb.
Actually, isn't like parts of that movie based on like a true story though?
It's supposed to be. I believe most of
know.
it was debunked and said, no one's ever heard of it.
Really? Well,
because I thought it was really ironic that his name was like Frank Dukes. I'm like, how like the fighter's name is Frank Dukes, but at the end it's like this is based on true life events. Like I'm like.
He's like, he still holds the record for fastest knockout. I'm like, what? This is real?
He wrote a book, and he claimed this was a real thing. This movie was based off it, and since then, no one's been able to collaborate any of this.
Well, the tournament was set in that Kowloon walled city. I don't know if you are familiar with that.
I thought it was in Hong Kong.
No, the tournament's supposed to be in Kowloon, right?
Well, in either case, people from around the world went there, right? So somebody would know something. And
well, Kowloon used to have that giant like walled city where just like a giant like skyscraper slum almost thing where just like it was like a walled in city. And there was a whole lot of like
they were
criminality
traveling
going on
around the city. Like it seemed like everyone kind of knew what was happening.
Yeah, well,
there would be records or someone who would say something.
Yeah. Well, I guess that city was like
the triad let it happen, so maybe not.
Right.
Well, yeah, but you're only thinking of that area, and also it's been 50, 60 years. and people from around the world, and nobody said anything. There's no flight logs or press, because they did say journalists sometimes snuck in, and there's none of this. Like no, there would have been some kind of collaboration.
There's an underground like fighting tournament with the best fighters in the world. Like, why is that not on TV right now? Like, you know what I mean?
Which is
put it on ESPN.
The same plot as the Quest.
Yeah, the Quest was another kind, exact same thing, and a lot of these movies were like the same. It's the same type of plot. Which I got a question, because it's been a while since I watched Street Fighter. So that's literally the plot of Street Fighter, kind of. But not the movie. The movie didn't. Was there even a tournament in Street Fighter? The one. Well, not the one.
They were just randomly like street fighting, and then they were fighting like MB Bison.
There was no street fights. It was like like
no
military
street fights,
conflict.
no tournaments,
like,
no. Yeah.
They see one Hadouken.
No Sonic Boom.
Nothing.
There was some lab experiments.
There was a Sonic Boom. There was one Sonic Boom.
He did do the little
and Ken and Ryu were horribly represented.
Now I didn't watch Street Fighter.
I was on my phone for most of it, to be honest.
Yeah, dude. I didn't watch Street Fighter this weekend because I remember watching it back in the day, and I know how awful it is.
Well,
I wouldn't put myself.
I
want
to
watch it again for Mr. Adams.
I wanted to watch all these just for like nostalgia, because I feel like like he did get so much like play in the '90s and how big he was. I was like, oh, this is gonna be great to catch up on some of these old movies. I was just watching him, and I'm like, how did he even get famous? Like, this is not even like worth my time. Half these movies.
I have the Rotten Tomatoes list of Jean-Claude Van Damme movies up. It has the top 37 in a row. 37. I don't know why they chose 37. Movies. But if you want, I could kind of go through some of these. I would probably cut some of these off, but considering that some that we've watched are pretty low on the list,
let's see the top 5 and let's just see how accurate it is.
Okay.
I already know it's number 1.
Oh, do you? Okay.
I know it's number 1.
All right. What do you think's number 1?
Time Cop, baby.
What do you think's number 1?
I think it has to be Bloodsport.
It's JCVD. The movie I just said, like, I saw that up somewhere and I didn't want to watch it. Now I guess I'm kind of got to watch it.
We didn't even watch the best one.
Critics,
I barely messed up.
This is according to Rotten Tomatoes. I'm sure there's a billion of these lists out there.
But watch, every list is going to have that one. It's the best one.
JCVD is a touching, fascinating place with Jean-Claude Van Damme confounding all. So this is a documentary. Synopsis: wary action star Jean-Claude Van Damme returns to Belgium to find relief from his troubles, but instead, and then there's.
Can you even put a documentary on the top 5? Like, can we even do that?
Well, I don't remember seeing this on his like actual IMDb as like a movie. He was like. Because I was very strategic about the ones after watching Time Cop, about the ones I watched. Right. And I was like, I'm only trying to pick higher rated one besides Street Fighter.
I disagree with several of these. I disagree with number 2, which neither one of you is going to get. It's cartoons. He has cartoons, several voices on this list.
He does a bunch of voice stuff. Like, he's the voice of Johnny Cage in the new Mortal Kombat game.
Which I just found out today. That's hilarious.
Which is funny though. Every movie we watch, he's doing the splits, hitting someone in the junk.
Because I called him mid kickboxer, right? I paused and I called him, right? Yeah. And I'm just like, I was just thinking about something, but like, was Johnny Cage from Mortal Kombat based off Jean-Claude Van Damme? He's like, yeah, actually, he did the voice for him. I was like, that's crazy. I hate this list though. Whatever you got up.
Yeah. Okay. Do you want me to find another one?
No, I keep going.
I'm actually enjoying this.
Time Cop.
Number 3.
No.
What?
I'm actually still scrolling down. Oh, there it is. What? One last guess. What do you think it is?
Maybe 9.
What do you think, Richie?
15.
14.
Maybe I have horrible taste in movies. Like
14. I'm just gonna start from 15 here. Actually, no. I'm gonna start from 16. Number 16 is Kickboxer, which I saw other places put as number 1.
I thought it was a really good one.
Yeah.
I thought it was pretty good.
I thought Kickboxer should be way higher up there.
His acting was pretty decent. He was doing jump kicks. He's being Jean-Claude Van Damme.
The one that I really like, that I made sure to watch because it was different, was I watched the movie The Order. Do you guys happen to see that one?
I didn't.
He's like a treasure hunter. and his dad basically goes like missing, and he's like looking for his dad. He's like basically a guy who rips off treasure and sells it on the black market, but his dad's some like historian, and he has to like get these scrolls that his dad's working on to like stop this prophecy out in like Jerusalem.
Number 29 on this list with 13%.
Yeah, it wasn't great.
I don't like this list, by the way. I'm scrolling through
it. Was one of the, you could definitely tell because it was 2001 that his English got a lot better, but he was still just a very smug, poorly written character.
And we'll get into that a little later. You got to talk about that. It was 15.
Okay, 15. So I will tell you, you're about to learn real quick why I don't like this list if you didn't already. Oh, 17's Double Impact. I thought that'd be higher. 16 is Kickboxer. 15 is Kickboxer Vengeance, which I guess is
sequel.
The third one. Because he's not in the sequel.
What about what on the list? Because there was a movie out there that I do remember and it was horrible as a kid, so I didn't have to watch it. But with the one with Dennis Rodman, Double Team.
I remember that. I like vaguely remember that.
I will scroll through it.
Like there was like a pod they got into, but they hit a button, it turns like a basketball and it comes flying down.
What? Okay, I don't remember that.
Yeah, Dennis Rodman's in it.
Yeah.
I think it was Double Team. I think it was. I thought I seen it on the list.
Dennis Rodman at one point like moonlighted as an actor.
Number 31. Double Team is 31 with 11%.
Horrible.
I wonder if this is audience or critics. This might be critics, which is why this is bad. Street Fighter was 30.
The audience wouldn't put
Order
a
was
documentary
29. Quest was 27, which I would think the Quest was higher up because I actually think Quest and Kickboxer were very similar, but I think the Quest was better. You could understand him better. There was more fights. There were better fights in the Quest, and it was a better display of the different martial arts too.
Well, that's something that is true about the display of martial arts. But after watching a couple of these, I was just like, I wanted to go back and rewatch the Quest, and I wasn't impressed with Time Cop, and I love Bloodsport because I remember watching it as a kid.
Yeah. But
I wasn't like I said, the writing on that was just horrible. I didn't think that the Quest would live up to it, so I kind of skipped it. So
okay, Bloodsport's 13, which again I think would be way higher.
It was good.
And for actual movies, I believe it was on like his IMDb. I think it was like a 6.9. Like
it was just consistent fighting throughout the whole, and that's what you want in like a karate movie, right? You just want consistent
consistently
fighting.
Bloodsport was rated like in the top 3 in all the other lists that I seen.
Which I mean, it's.
I really like that one guy. I know he passed away now, but that white guy, the other, he might have been Canadian, but no, he was American. Oh, that big the big white guy that was like his brother because they were really close in 2 days. One of those relationships. Yeah, I'll always be there for you, man. Because we hung out for like 24 hours.
Yeah, but he got his bandana back. You know how expensive a Harley Davidson bandana is? Like a vintage one from like the 80s, probably.
I have a couple of them.
But they're Harley Davidson is highly collectible now.
Well, yeah, especially. I mean, I even got the ones with the Confederate. Well, I don't know if his had the Confederate flag, but a lot of them,
you know,
just
like
Harley
Davidson one,
yeah. I do. I have at least one with a Confederate flag on it.
All those vintage,
but
Harley
almost all of them
expensive.
had it.
Yeah,
you know that was pretty normal for it. So I could see, yeah.
Definitely wanted it back.
I mean, I know where a couple more are, but you better not go dig up my family members. But no, I had family members buried with Harley Davidson swag on and stuff.
By the way, solid supporting cast for Bloodsport. That guy, I forget his name. And then there was a young Forrest Whitaker in there, which blew my mind. I was like, what?
Is that who that was? He was good.
Yeah. Although the plot didn't make any sense, why would they send 2 high-ranking cops to go grab John?
Oh, that was dumb.
You know, in Hong Kong or whatever.
Same thing with Lionheart. Lionheart was was close. He went to America, and then those 2 high-ranking or two ranking legionnaires went to find him, which was absolutely stupid. They'd let him go after he fought in an underground battle. It wasn't even a tournament. It was just normal. It was just another normal fight, but between 2 big people for high roller betters.
Solid supporting cast. Even the final boss guy too. The Jack guy. Like clearly he was on juice.
Chong Lee.
Clearly he was on juice at the time. Like it was the late 80s. Everyone was on roids, you know. But yeah, he was a solid actor as well.
That's fine. That Chong Lee guy though, like he's so hard to take serious in that movie too, because like you can see how big he is, but he has some like the way his face looks. He's like a like almost like has like a chipmunky looking face. He definitely doesn't have like that like strong like jawed like take a punch to the face kind of like a.
That's what roids do to you,
I guess. But I wasn't very intimidated by him, even though he's like the size of like a house, which I thought really kind of threw it off. You kind of like laugh at the way he looks.
Yeah, you just felt like there's no way John Claude's losing to this guy, dude.
100%, which I think kind of like actually ruins it because how you said earlier today, like just that Kickboxer was a little more realistic in the sense that like he was had to learn Muay Thai in 2 weeks, which is like wholly unbelievable.
Well, I think
like,
it was more than 2 weeks.
Yeah, well, he had to learn in a short amount of time.
But like,
and then the final boss,
I don't know how long that movie lasted. I want to say that movie was several months because his brother did go through rehab and all sorts of stuff. I want to say that movie took place over a period of like 6 months.
Okay.
I could be wrong. The
guy he fought in the end was huge, though, man. He's got like 6'5", 6'6".
Yeah.
But like you said, it gave you a little bit more of a
definitely
like,
must watch on the
suspense.
Jean-Claude Van Damme. But it's hard for me to say that when there's like 3 duplicate movies of completely different franchises. Because I mean, it's hard for me to choose between that and The Quest and the white guy in it. I can't remember his name, but the guy with the Harley Davidson guy. People do watch Bloodsport for him. From what I understand, he was phenomenal in it. But yeah,
it's
I like The Quest. I like the actually watching, like, even though it's only a couple seconds per fighter, but actually kind of watching different types of martial arts. A sumo wrestler go after the Brazilian guy or whatever.
I did like that, where they kind of showcase different fighting
fight
styles.
Montages were actually what kind of made those movies, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Like, because you're watching like, these little blurs, you're seeing all these different styles, and all these different characters, but they got to get through a whole tournament, but you're still kind of entertained in the middle. And the other thing that's really nice about these movies, they're only an hour and a half movies, so they went by quick. They're like fast watches for some of them.
Kickboxer's like 2 hours, but I mean, I just say like, John Claude, terrible actor. Let's just be real. Like, I mean, he's not the best actor. However,
with him trying to act with a woman, like trying to do a romance scene, the less of that, the better the movie.
But even though he can't really act, he is super athletic. Very, I guess he's an actual black belt. Like, he's like he can actually fight for real. So like you're just watching him kind of just show off, like how athletic he is. I think he could probably dunk. To be honest with you, John Claude.
I don't know, but he did get beat up by that guy at that bar that one.
Mm-hmm. I'll speed through some of these until we reach one that we want to talk about. Sudden Death is number 12. I have don't know anything about it.
Put it on the list.
Universal Soldiers, number 11. I want to go back and rewatch it. I remember liking it, but I remember liking like the sequel or the third one way better. Yeah, okay. Number 10 is The Last Mercenary from 2011. I don't know nothing about that one.
John Claude in 2011 is crazy.
Yeah. Then we got Hard Target from 93.
Hard Target?
Yeah.
Okay.
I guess he's a cop. Hard Target gets a boost from John Woo's stylish direction, so John Woo directed it.
Nice.
At heart, still another silly explosion dependent action thriller in the Jean-Claude Van Damme overall.
And that's what all these movies are, right? They're just like kind of like silly and over the top. Some of them.
But like I said, even so, like you knew what you were coming into when we talked about Stallone, and it's just going to be action. But like Stallone still had that monologue at the end. Were they flawed? No, a little bit, but like you still understand it's just like testosterone filled, like raw action. Where I feel like John Claude in most of these films, I thought was just trying so hard to be this like cool guy. Like,
I think that's a perfect segue to number 8.
In The Expendables 2, yes.
Oh, he was in that.
He was the bad guy in it. I think, wasn't he?
Which I think that honestly makes the most sense for him,
Oh yeah, he's the foreign terrorist. Perfect.
100%.
Yeah, and I like the Expendables.
He's like the Hans Gruber of like the Expendables.
I mean, this was in 2012, and he did do the splits. He did one splits in it. He did the double kick splits for absolutely no reason other than that's what the whole movie's about, man. Is a bunch of old action stars, which is amazing.
But that's what I mean. I feel like for those films, I didn't hate the Expendables at all. Any of them, to be honest. Like they're just action films full of action stars doing action things. But like Van Damme, he's just trying so hard to like be this like suave, but he's like not very suave. He's trying so hard to have these like cool, like catchphrasey, like quips that he wants to like throw in there, and like I just kind of hated all of it.
If you just would have focused more on the martial arts aspect of it and not tried so hard to have a personality, we don't need that personality, bro. Like just do spin kicks.
Yeah, like that is your like you literally had a Volvo ad like of doing the splits on 2 trucks. Like that is your personality doing the splits. And
I mean, Arnold Schwarzenegger literally played a robot, right? So he went most of his career without having really a personality at all, other than just being big. And it worked out perfect for him.
And then he became a governor.
Oh, I missed this one. Number 11 was Universal Soldier: Day of Reckoning.
Reckoning.
I don't know. When was so that was 11. 10.
You really need like a
we
week
were
to
on
watch.
number 7's Minions: Rise of Gru.
I seen that on there.
Whatever.
I skipped it.
I think what these is just rating movies that he was in.
Well, I think isn't
no
that,
one's gonna consider that Jean-Claude Van Damme.
Isn't that
movie.
he's the voice acting though?
Yeah, that's voice acting.
I didn't watch any voice acting. I just
I don't think that counts. Not for our discussion.
I didn't
was
think
this
you guys
list
want me to
published?
spend 15 minutes talking about the Minions movie, guys.
When was this list published? Like, was this recent? It's probably based on like streaming numbers or something stupid.
I think
like
it's
that.
based on I think it's based on critics. I don't know when that was published.
Because that's like a top 10 Van Damme movie.
I'll look up another list here in a second. I just want to get through this one, but I'll look up another one because I don't really like this one. 6 is Enemies Closer. Never heard of it, from 2013. 5, No Retreat, No Surrender. That's from 86. That's not anywhere on my radar. 4 was The Bouncer. 3 was Kickboxer Retaliation, which this is 93% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Hey, it's a good series.
Apparently, that is way better than the original Kickboxer. I don't know, man. Jean-Claude Van Damme is not the first listed on it though. So I would have. It's from 2018. So yeah. So someone else probably picked up the title. I have to check that out. 2's Kung Fu Panda. I don't care. And 1 was the documentary. I want to say that.
So wait a second. We got a Jean-Claude Van Damme list, and the top 2 movies is a documentary and then Kung Fu Panda.
Yeah.
Wow.
Did he play the crocodile?
I have no idea.
Master Crocodile.
Did he?
Yeah.
I'm already
100%.
off of it.
Yeah, he did.
Okay.
He did, guys.
I am looking
That's
for
why we
a
have you here.
totally different. Okay, here's a website called the Action Elite. So this better be a better list. I think it is, because 10 is Cyborg, 9 is Death Warrant, 8 is Sudden Death, 7 is Time Cop.
That sounds more accurate. Sounds better.
6 is Double Unpacked. This is way more accurate, yeah. 5 is Lionheart. 4 is Universal Soldier, 92. 3 is Hard Target. I have to check that one out.
Can we just give a shout out to all the short kings in the 90s and being action stars? Because Van Damme was only like 5'8".
Was
I
he?
think Tom Cruise is 5'. That's what he said he could dunk. I was like thinking like what?
God,
I don't think he's that tall, but like Tom Cruise was 5'7".
Isaiah Thomas can dunk.
Yeah, I guess. But
2 is Kickboxer, and then 1 is Bloodsport. So that's a much better list.
it is a much.
Did you
better
write that list?
It's from.
Actually, I wrote it and posted it like 30 seconds ago.
Oh yeah.
Good one,
It's
man.
from the Action Elite. Oh yeah. I totally write about movies I never saw all the time. Joking.
Think about all the small stars they had in the 90s. Bruce Willis.
Yeah.
Like after that whole
He,
testosterone filled like Stallone and like
I think
Schwarzenegger, it was all short dudes.
it's
They
I was
were
gonna
badass.
say, when you put it that way, like nowadays there's not a lot of I would say competition in acting, right? Where you're jockeying for position in box office. A lot of this stuff nowadays is like planned, and they work around certain movie, you know what I mean, releases. I would say it seems like, back then it was more competitive, right? You had Van Damme, obviously, Bruce Willis, Stallone, Schwarzenegger, Tom Cruise. I mean, these are all like heavy hitters
Tom Cruise is short too.
Yeah,
He's 5'7".
these are all heavy hitters in that industry back then, man. So you're really your movie really had to pop in the late 80s, early 90s. You know, as opposed to well, I was gonna say Rocky, but that came out in '79. But I'm sure there's a lot of movies that these guys were doing around that time. So for him to be able to thrive and have a solid career, I would say
I think these trailers though really did it. Like I said, when you watch the trailer for Time Cop, I was so excited.
Oh yeah.
But after like I said, trying to like figure out the plot as he's like talking, doing it, I was like, what's going on now? All right, there's another female lead now from the future. Where's she from? Wait, they're going to the future? I don't know. It was just a little convoluted based on, I don't know if it was his acting or just his accent, but I definitely enjoyed the later stuff I watched opposed to the more early 90s stuff or late 80s stuff.
The time concept in that movie really made no sense either. I mean, so you're basically telling me that one guy can just control the entire like timeline, you have multiple different
he was a time cop, means there's multiple people, so like you would think that this would have been like taken care of like lickety split. Like they sure made it seem like it was a big deal, but
only John Claude can fix it. Big time ripples, man. Split kick the time.
Who had the worst accent, Jean-Claude Van Damme or Christopher Lambert? Highlander.
Christopher Lambert, he's where is he?
He's actually from America, but he has a weird French. He was an ambassador's kid, so he traveled around a lot as a child, which is why his accent's so weird.
I understood more of Highlander than I did any Jean-Claude Van Damme movie this weekend. I'm just gonna put that out there. I don't know. You said it sounded like it got a lot better for him, like towards like the early 2000s. I hope it did, man, because like
I said, the order wasn't
captions all day.
I mean, the movie is a little silly. He's actually got him he's actually dressed like a Jew and one with like the big beard, like doing kicks people in the face. Yeah. Actually, it was like the best part of the movie for me. Honestly, I laughed a little bit.
It's not hard to watch him. It's just once we get to those scenes where he has to have dialogue, it is not just the accent that you can't understand him. It's just like his speech patterns. They're just like clunky, right?
I care so much. I care about these children. Oh my God. Can I just talk about the quest? Just the beginning of the quest. He's taking care of a bunch of orphans, and he's streets of New York in 1920s, and they're stealing and all this stuff. I had to look it up. I'm like, is he playing like a 15-year-old? Why is he why is he stealing and everything and acting like one of these orphan kids, instead of like doing things that you can do as an older adult that you can't do as a child, because he was acting like a child, he spoke like a child. I looked up, I'm like, oh, he's supposed to be like 25. I would have found it more believable that he was supposed to be like 16 or 17, because they even had him in makeup as a clown. You have to watch the movie. Whatever.
He's like a petty thief.
Distraction. He was being a distraction.
Okay.
On stilts. He was juggling as a clown on stilts as a distraction.
Think he actually performed that himself, or it's a
I don't. Well, he directed it, so he might have. But he talks about how I love these kids. I got to take care of these kids. Lionheart, I got to take care of my brother's kid, who I haven't seen in many years because I was forced to join the Legion because my brother got caught for drugs, and I took his place. Instead of going to jail, they sent me to this. Apparently, and his brother died in the first 5 minutes of the movie because he was in the middle of a big drug deal, because his brother learned so much from letting his brother take the rep and actually having to join the Foreign Legion instead of going to jail. He learned his lesson by doing a bunch of drug things and getting himself killed.
Thanks, bro.
Yeah.
The one thing about the quest that really stood out for me was like, it wasn't Van Damme itself and like the fighting. I did enjoy that little part where I think it was the boxer, was it Maxie Divine? I think it was. He like gives that thing where he basically gets like he loses to Van Damme in that, and he has to go.
Yeah.
He has to go in front of that council, like why like Van Damme should fight for him,
And he didn't have to do that.
and he didn't have to.
He didn't have to.
But he's like, this man, he used his legs. You know, he basically just said he got demolished by some random dude. He deserves to be here more than.
Well, he was there because he wanted to watch the sport. He was
Mhm.
like, I don't know what any of this is.
But he was like, the point of the quest is like, I don't know. Did you watch, Brian?
No, I was watching.
Like they get all the best fighters. So one of the guys, I think he was the American. He's American, right?
Yeah.
He was the American ambassador. Was like just an American boxer, just one of them like old 1920s with the mustache. Like
Think of Bloodsport, but it's not. It doesn't really matter that it takes place in the 1920s. But the excuse is that it's 1920s is why everyone's more stylized, and you actually get to see the cultures from which people are coming in. So the American culture is the 1920s bare fists, like boxing style.
Put him up.
Yeah. And then he meets someone that does Muay Thai, and he's like, well, I can't fight against this.
Gets wrecked.
I just got fucking smoked.
Yeah.
And then
and then he sees,
He just kicked me in the face.
And then he sees this like, oh yeah, I would have died.
which I think kind of just adds to it, because a lot of that stuff, how you said earlier, just like everyone knew Van Damme was gonna win Bloodsport. Like there was no like uphill battle for him. He was just there representing the Tanaka clan. You know, his master just died. What was it, a Shibito?
No, it wasn't his master.
Yeah, he trained.
Was
him.
it? Oh, it was his. You're right. It was.
Well, yeah. So he was going to train his son.
His master and the master's son. The son died years before.
Yep.
Yeah.
Those flashbacks were weird, man.
Mm-hmm.
But that's what I said. That's the only thing I thought that really kind of made sense to me, where he's showing he's like serving tea with like, you know, the blindfold. He's sitting, and the guy he blocks it. It only made sense for the end where the guy throws the little thing in his eyes. He's like, ha!
I literally said it out
someone
loud.
Breaks into my house. I'm not teaching them martial arts.
I think my neighbors think I'm insane. I literally said out loud at that point. I was like, remember your training. I screamed it at the TV. Remember your training. I knew it was going to be, it flashed right back to the blindfold scene.
But it just seemed a lot more believable in the quest, opposed to like Bloodsport, when you have somebody else kind of vouching for you, giving some monologue about why someone else deserves to be there as one against these top fighters. Like, yeah, I guess I beat everyone in America and just fist fighting, bare knuckle fist fighting, but I'm not beating no guys here. I can't use my legs. I don't got good footwork. I'm just good. I've got a strong jaw, you know?
Soundtracks were insane back then, too.
They were, too. Like the montage in the Bloodsport there. Yeah.
So I want to just ask you guys, now I know we watched a bunch of Van Damme flicks this week.
Mm.
What's your guys' top one? You got to rank them like top three. You guys have seen more than I have, so I probably only have like 4 or 5 that I can even like play around
Honestly,
with.
the only one I really kind of enjoyed was my favorite one was just Bloodsport.
Okay.
Yeah, I
So,
enjoyed
like,
Bloodsport.
I could Time Cop, I can kind of take or leave either way. Like it was nice to kind of see again, because like I felt like in the 90s they tried so much harder and like with their stories and like the way they try to like you know, set a movie up. And like I said, the Order, that was just not it. Like I was trying to pick something like that wasn't just a tournament of fighting.
Yeah.
He's like a treasure stealer, you know?
Yeah.
Stealing Fabergé eggs from like Russian mafia people.
He's like, why all of his catalogs either in some martial arts tournament or he's a cop. Like,
yeah.
You would have thought at some point too, the way he took his shirt off in every film, they might have even tried him in like a lead like love film or something, like a Ryan Gosling type.
Well, I mean, he would have to speak, he would have to talk, so you know.
Yes, yeah, I guess you're
You
right.
look beautiful under this tree.
You would have thought they would have tried it in the 90s, though. I definitely would have thought they would have, you know?
I mean, I don't think, you know, was Stallone ever in anything, or Schwarzenegger was ever anything like that, you know?
Well, anything like what?
Like maybe like
even with my with kind of segue.
Stallone was in a bunch of cop
remember he
movies.
was in
not cop
Twins,
movies,
though?
in,
It's like he did
oh,
something
yeah.
totally different. He was in Twins with DeVito, where they were 2 twin brothers, but like the way they was just one came out looking like.
Yeah, Schwarzenegger did a bunch of comedies. I mean, he did more than one with Danny DeVito. He did Junior, where he was pregnant.
Oh,
he did.
Van Damme doesn't have anything.
He also
like
did
that?
Jingle All the Way.
Not that I can think of.
Who, Jean-Claude Van Damme?
He did like maybe like a comedy or like some type of romance film, or he was just always just kicking.
He
dudes
might
in the
have.
face.
I know he's done some like he was in a guest spot at Friends.
I do know something. I did watch that. I was saved in case it got a little. The highest rating on his whole thing was the episode he was on of Friends.
Yeah.
Oh, he was on Friends.
He was.
He was an absolute a-hole on it. It's worth watching.
Just be yourself, John.
He was dating one of the characters.
Okay.
And of
so
course
he was
he's like
an ongoing
twice her
character.
age.
He was like an ongoing character, or he's just one.
No,
episode?
just one episode.
Just one episode.
Just one episode.
But it was so highly rated. It was literally, I was looking at the whole catalog, and I mean, everything is like 4s, 5s, and 6s, and that one was like a 8, 9 or something. I was like, what? One episode of Friends? Because I was trying to look for stuff to watch that was actually kind of good.
That's wild. I didn't even know
Let's
that.
keep that in the back pocket. I'm glad we brought it up.
Yeah.
So I'm obviously going Kickboxer, Bloodsport, and then I'll wait on the third.
I mean, Quest was all right, but it's like
I wanna put
it's like my
Quest
two
there.
movies I watch are literally like can just overly on each other.
I'm gonna go. Okay, I think these movies probably should be moved around a little bit. Maybe, I don't know. I'm gonna be a little controversial. I'm gonna do 3 is Bloodsport, 2 The Quest, and I explained why I think The Quest is a little bit better than Bloodsport. But I think Bloodsport came out first, so The Quest benefited and kind of doing what worked best more. It
Mhm.
still had a bunch of filler. But the characters in the filler arc I felt were better, not better actors, but better characters.
In the in Bloodsport or the Quest?
The Quest.
Okay.
Because the Quest, yeah,
I can see that.
I felt like the filler characters were better in the Quest. And then number 1, just because I loved watching it growing up, and in fact, it's hard for me to wrap around that it's Jean-Claude Van Damme. I thought it was somebody else, but Universal Soldier: The Return.
That is controversial.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah. But come on, Megadeth, Crush 'Em, great soundtrack. Bill Goldberg's played one of the biggest bad guys. I mean, dude, Goldberg.
Makes you want to lift weights after watching it.
Oh, makes me want just watching the trailer, man.
I definitely felt like I could hit the gym after seeing that trailer.
Again, he's not a bad actor. I mean, he's not the worst I've seen. I mean, like he has some.
Oh,
he has
he's
some hits
bad.
though.
He's bad.
He was kind of a bad actor, which kind of makes me a little sad because I remember
He's a bad
him just-
American actor because
because he's Belgium.
Yeah.
He's got some bangers though. He's got some good movies though. He's got some.
Yeah.
Like
He got some bangers.
I understand what it's supposed to be, but I don't think he lived up to like how Stallone was and
Oh no. I mean,
Schwarzenegger. I'm okay with bad acting from Stallone and like.
I mean, he just got eclipsed by them guys. That's just what it is.
I know. I just feel like he was just he's just a very not good actor. Like I feel like that was part of his problem. Like I said, he was trying so hard to force like his stuff. Like at the end of Time Cop, where like you even said he's gonna have like a cool like quip at the end, and I forget what it was, but I was just like, yeah, it's coming, or how he talks.
That's got to hurt. And like, whatever you said, I was like, what?
All right, to end this, let's pitch our own Jean-Claude Van Damme movie. Just what you think of on the spot. Richie, what you want to see? What Jean-Claude Van Damme's now your actor, and you get to pitch whatever movie you want.
I think, I feel like for Van Damme and everything I've seen over the weekend with him in it, I would want him to play what he knows, and I would want to redo Roadhouse. I know they redid it with Conor McGregor, but I feel like him just being just a bouncer, just punching people and minimal acting would have been the best thing for him. And that's what I would pick, just to redo Roadhouse instead of like McGregor, because I know they redid that a couple years ago and it wasn't great. But I would definitely
They also just did a series too, didn't
Did
they?
they do it? Did they?
I think they did.
Ugh. Sounds great. But yeah, I definitely feel like just a jerk at the bar. Maybe wouldn't have had to try so hard,
I'm still mulling it over in my head. Smallsy, do you got one? Yeah.
Want me to just go?
Yeah, go for it.
Okay. Now I was sitting there, I was just thinking about it, and I really liked. By the way, I'm a huge like Russell Crowe fan. That's my guy, bro. I'm not gonna lie. And I really like that Pope's Exorcist movie. And I thought what it was gonna be was like Russell Crowe like going around the country or traveling the world hunting demons. Yo, let's put Russell Crowe, Jean-Claude Van Damme, and let's let him hunt demons, bro. Like just like a horror flick type thing. Like I don't think he's ever been like in a horror flick. You know what I mean?
I honestly love the idea. I'm just wondering how is it you do the splits and punch a vampire in the gonads? Does that stop?
No,
him
he does
too?
the splits and throws holy water on them. Like,
Under the gonads?
Yeah, exactly. He dodges the fireball, throws holy water. I think it'll work. And then I say that because I don't think he's ever been in a horror flick.
I was just thinking that, like that movie, Wes Craven. How you said remember that movie Vampires?
Yeah.
I could definitely see him doing something like that.
Have him team up with put Wesley Snipes in there too. You know,
oh man, now I want Jean-Claude Van Damme's the new Dr. Van Helsing. Hell yeah.
You know, he get it. You get it.
Yeah, for sure. No, I thought it was actually a pretty good idea.
Yeah, I like that because he's aging too. So he'd be like, I read something like this one, like, why is this big, huge guy?
Yeah. And then that Pope's Exorcist, I think, was set in France too. Like that's where so he can go, and we can have subtitles if he wants to do that.
Oh yeah,
you know.
Because I was thinking about that too. Like, how do I incorporate? Because I can't have him talk a whole lot unless you do something with that. I was gonna go like the D&D route and have him play like an NPC character that's giving quests, and you just look at him like, I used to be an adventurer. And maybe he has to escort somebody. He's not the main character, but like the side character that you're like, well, his story might be better than the story we're watching now.
You buy weapons off of him.
Yeah.
Like in Skyrim.
Oh my god, a blacksmith.
Yeah, a blacksmith. Yeah.
Oh, that'd be great. Doesn't even have to be like D&D, but he's like a blacksmith that has that's on the road with him. Even like if it was like a 13th Warrior type thing, but he's the blacksmith.
Yeah.
Oh, I like that.
I just think him as a cameo in any movie nowadays would be pretty sweet.
Yeah.
Look at Jean-Claude Van Damme.
I kind of had another idea, and this, like I said, I'm a big anime guy. So like, what about if you had control of like the Dragon Ball Z universe, and you had Jean-Claude Van Damme? Who would you have him play?
Well, I think Dr. Satan's or Mr. Satan is the obvious choice. Like
think so?
I think he's the first one that comes to mind. The second would be Piccolo.
I was gonna say Yamcha.
You think Yamcha?
I was kind of thinking Yamcha too, just 'cause I feel like he could do that one sweet move, but he doesn't get taken too serious. Like, I feel like Yamcha is definitely a good choice, but I honestly forgot about Mr. Satan too. He's a little more smug too, so like maybe that would work.
Yeah, probably Mr. Satan would be the best one.
Like I just felt like that was a little silly too. I was sitting here thinking about other things that you could like put him in. Like if you were doing a Dragon Ball Z move, which is basically all tournaments anyways, so it's
right up his alley.
It's right up his alley. Like who would he play in the DBZ universe?
The guy that had the he was more in Dragon Ball. He had the assassin like hand. He was like half android. You know what I'm talking about? He had like the gun as a hand or something. You have no idea what I'm talking about. It was Dragon Ball, not Dragon Ball Z.
It's been a while since I watched that.
It's been a while. I was gonna say too, like since he likes cop movies and stuff, what if he just like just one season he just plays the captain on Brooklyn Nine-Nine?
You know, just some jerk just give people parking tickets like in the most mean way
walk in
possible.
his office, he's just doing spin kicks. You're disturbing me. I'm glad we were able to watch Van Damme this week. Can't wait to see what we're watching next week.
All right, we'll figure it out. And we're going to try a couple other things on this podcast. I might not even put things out in the right order. So we'll see. You know, like, comment, subscribe. Any last words, guys?
We're going to learn how to do a spin kick this week.
Don't forget to spay and neuter your pets.
All right, guys, take it easy. Like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff.